Hello, this is the Biker Hulk again with one of his ride stories. I am safely home, but I was supposed to arrive yesterday, so I'm a day late arriving today. And here's the story. I started from Hyderabad a little late, so around noon. So I was mentally prepared to break my principle of riding into the night, which means I would have reached here around 10:30 p.m. yesterday night. But around Khammam, which was about 200 kilometers after I had left Hyderabad, I started feeling very exhausted. It was getting evening, the sun was starting to set, so I decided to call it off and break my journey in Khammam, which I did. I booked a room, settled in, and as I settled in, I was feeling fresh, and I was like, what? I could have just ridden on. But then I had decided, and I just changed, I was settled in. The plan was to retire early and then start at 5 this morning, so I'll be home by noon. But for some reason, I just couldn't sleep until 4 a.m. I kept tossing and turning in my bed. So I decided to push my start from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m., which I did. And as I pulled the bike out of the parking lot at just before 10 a.m. to load up, I had a bad squeaking noise coming from the rear brakes. So I knew something was not right, so I took it up to the Royal Enfield service station in Khammam. By the way, that's a huge advantage of Royal Enfield. They have service station in pretty much everywhere in the country. And he said, this is in bad shape. Your pads are completely worn out and they might give out anytime now. So I said, yeah, they're bad, change it. But here's the good thing. If I had ridden last night, nothing may have happened, but something could have happened. If something had happened with the brakes and I had to pull over and stop, I would have been in the middle of nowhere in the jungle with no help possible and possibly no network coverage also to call for help. The other thing that happened good was because I couldn't sleep last night, because I pushed my leaving time. The service center was open. Otherwise, I would have just said, the service center is closed, so let me just go to sleep. Let me just go on and then figure it if something goes wrong. I would have just ignored it. Well, the Bible says in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to all those who love Him and to all those who are called according to His purpose. So I guess at the end, all worked out for good for me. Well, if you have trouble figuring out how delays were good and why I'm actually not irritated because of the delays and why I think they are good, and if you have questions about it, do feel free to comment at the comment section below, and we can have a conversation on it either privately or in the comment section. The ride has ended for me. This ride has ended. What started on the 6th ended this evening on the 12th. A total of 2,250 kilometers covered. Good work finished. A good wedding attended. Good friends made in the journey. Some interesting characters met along. That's another videos coming up with the characters I met along on this ride, which is some good stuff coming there. So another ride should be coming up soon. Until then, this is the Biker Hulk signing off.